So a question that I've received recently is, why did you name your practice KALON West? And KALON is, yes, how you say it. Well, a few different things, but story time. If anybody knows the shop in Tulsa called Made, it's downtown on Archer Street. This maybe was 5, 6 years ago. I was walking through and they have these fun word cards that are unique words that you don't often hear about. And they, on the card, will have the word, how you pronounce it phonetically, and then the interpretation or definition of it. And so I was strumming along on a blue Saturday and found these words on these cards that I just happened to like and seemed to mean something to me. And so the one of them was metanoia, which means the journey of changing one's mind, heart, self, or way of life. The other one was Virago, excuse me, which means a strong, brave, or warlike woman, which I aspire to be. A woman who demonstrates exemplary and heroic qualities. So I picked that one up too. Another one was Eunoia, which I really love this word. It means beautiful thinking or a good mind. But the last one that I picked up was KALON. And KALON happens to mean beauty that is more than skin deep. In other contexts, because I did look it up in other sources, it also means an inward health. And that to me is very symbiotic with the mission of what I feel called to do in life when it comes to medicine and in helping people get well. And so the word KALON really just stood out to me as a unique way to introduce a covert Trojan horse of my mission and what I was trying to achieve for other people, which is freedom, health, and healing in their own journeys. And so I thought the name KALON, very cool. But when you type KALON into domain search names, you can't just use KALON. You can't use KALON Health because everybody's bought those things. They figured it out before I did, is probably what that means. But what I could find was one day I was just sitting around thinking, I was like, well, I live in the West, we're kind of Midwest truly, but I've also am from the North, and I thought, I have ambitions and dreams. And so KALON, while it exists in the West, maybe one day it'll have a branch extension north, and maybe one day it'll have a branch extension south, and maybe one day it'll have a branch extension east, but KALON West is where we are currently living and where the mission and dream is currently starting to flourish and thrive. So I chose the word KALON because of its its behind the scenes context. And then West, because that's essentially where we live and here in Oklahoma and where patients have to come to if they want to see me. So KALON West was born. And yes, the domain search name hosted all of those availabilities. So I purchased them all, by the way. Do not go and try and search for them and get the rest of them from me. But KALON West is the name of the business because what I'm trying to achieve in people is restoration to wellness and inward and outward health. And KALON is the more direct name that fits behind the scenes with that when it comes to, I think KALON really alludes to, in some sense, a blend of the traditional and functional medicine world, regenerative medicine, integrative medicine, whatever you want to call that. Because if we're looking for beauty or health that is more than skin deep, we're talking about things that are root cause problems and that are not just slap a Band-Aid on and fix me to, go outside right now. I mean, there's definitely a place for that, but at the core of everything, we want to really be good and healthy and resurrected within our own selves for our health moving forward. And so KALON seemed to fit that directive for me. And it is why that is the primary name of the business moving forward. West just so happens to be the hemisphere part of the world that we are in with the United States. And who knows, maybe it will come a little bit later to a north, south, east, and west type of expansion pack. But today, KALON West, that is the meaning behind the name.